And beautiful people, welcome to another edition of Insomnia, Maniacs Tarot with your host, Tropical Empress in Spirit. Hi, beautiful people. How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Thursday to y'all. Sorry I was running a few minutes late. Can't seem to get my stupid doggone phone to sit straight, so it's a little crooked. Seems like it's always crooked, but it seems worse than normal, so I'm sorry. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to work well for me tonight, so I might look a little lopsided on your screen. Hi, Chew. How you doing, sweetheart? I hope y'all have had a wonderful Thursday. Almost in Friday now. I know many are getting ready to start singing, thank God it's Friday. So how y'all feeling? Hi, Eternal Light. How you doing, baby? So I pulled y'all's cards already. I'm just gonna give people a few minutes to get here. So we'll get into what's the vibe. Hi, Moonchild. How you doing, beautiful? Thank you. I love blue. It's one of my other favorite colors, especially this shade of blue. And it's been cold. That wind's been blowing all day today, so even though it's supposed to be pretty much spring, yeah, I don't feel like spring over here today, that's for sure. Alright, Spirit, what's the vibe? Y'all still getting all caught up in y'all's emotions. Some of y'all feeling still broken, or more so than anything, I feel like someone out here feels like you're a failure. And you know, I don't believe in failure, y'all. I believe that, you know, when things don't turn out the way you want them to, and it doesn't work out the way you expected the first time, as long as you get back up and try again, you're not a failure. So don't allow anyone else to think you are, because you're not. And some of y'all feel left alone, even feel isolated, possibly even feel rejected by someone you trusted, you thought would be there for you, and they're not. And I feel like for some of y'all, this is probably causing some of the mixed up emotions of feeling even broken inside. Get out of that negative energy, y'all. Focus on the positive. Things will get better. May not happen overnight, but they will get better. Laughter is what Spirit needs y'all to do. Laugh. Smile. Breathe in the sunlight. Have hope again. This is always good. Positive energy. Being able to see the good things even in the worst of situations. Coming out on the other side of it. Being able to see the light and see the sunshine once more. Even in those dark storms. You're rejuvenated. That's good. It's in the 40s. It's cold. That wind is blowing like it's nothing. I mean, if I was outside, it'd blow me away, I think. Hi, beautiful Viviani. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, boy. Rumors again. Gossip. People being even nosy, sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I mean, I feel like this is not y'all. I feel like this is people outside talking nonsense. Again, beautiful people, let them talk, but ignore it. You know, what they have to say, their opinions, what they think, it doesn't matter. You know, it's like how I was raised. As long as you know what the truth is about yourself, and you look in that mirror, and you're proud of you, the hell with what everyone else has to say or think. You know, some people don't have to like what you do with your life or like the way you're living it or even how you live and work, breathe, but it's not their place. It's up to you to make yourself happy and live your life. They can't live it for you. So I don't know why they're trying to act immature, we'll just say. Spirit, what else? Today, good vibes, now, in the moment. And this is what Spirit wants from y'all. To still live in the moment, like the laughter card. Enjoy the good times. Leave out the bad, leave out the sad. You know, even for a little while, just forget your worries, forget your fears, forget your doubts, forget all those negative thoughts and feelings of even what others on the outside have to say to you. And live in your best moment. What makes you happy. What, you know, brings that big smile to your face, you know, that joy to make you feel good about yourself, even if it's for a little while. It's definitely cold to your bones. Man, it's cold to my bones, y'all. Shouldn't be this cold still. And that wind out there howling again. Nope. Too cold for me. That's why I got this on. I mean, even my body's trying to figure out what to do next. One day I'm dressed like I'm going out and it's spring, and the next day I'm dressed like it's still winter. Can't make up its mind. Spirit, one more. Vacay. That's what I'm talking about. Vacay. Get away. Have some fun. Relax. Take it easy. Like today, live in that moment. Take a vacation. Get away. Escape the madness. Even if it's for a day or two. Have some fun. Enjoy life. Live it fully. Live it to the best and live it well. Because I feel like some of y'all feel exhausted, burned out. I get on the bottom of the deck. So Spirit wants y'all to have some fun. Have a staycay or get away. If y'all can. If y'all have the means to do so, I would. Shoot. I hadn't had a vacation in like 14 years. So that sounds good to me. Well, not 14. It's been 10, 11 maybe. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me get some keywords. Let's see. I told y'all my bedroom feels like a fridge, especially when it gets dark. Like right now. Yep, that temperature drops. It's cold in that room for some odd reason. Alright. Keyword Spirit. Pull one card out. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome in. Alright, Spirit. Let's go. Keywords. It's keyword Spirit for the collective. Oh, geez, Spirit, really? Eyes. Not a good card. Watching, stalking, gossip, slander, looking deeper. Beautiful people. Again, just like from the other deck, if people are going to talk, let them talk. Hey, if it's me, I'm going to give them something to talk about. I'll make sure it's extra good and juicy. And that's my sarcasm coming out of me, but I'm also being serious. I would just, play along with it just to, make it good, and then watch later down the road, let them make a fool out of themselves. But that's me. They want to act immature, I'm going to let them act immature, but I'm going to get the last laugh out of that. But maybe some people are stalking you, watching you, which that came up last week in the other general collective reading. So be careful, beautiful people. People are trying to get dirt. That's what I'm picking up. All right, what else, Spirit? Key word is turtle. Peace, resolution, protection, fertility, persistence, determination, patience, pace yourself, taking life slow, feel at home anywhere, emotional strength, remain true to your path. And when I get protection, determination, and remain true to your path. So, Spirit wants to remind you of this. Know you're protected. Know you're safe. Know that any, thing that tries to come against you, anything evil or negative, it's not going to work. Nothing, like that one saying that people always mention about weapons forced against me will not prosper, something like that. That's the feeling I get, and that's what y'all need to remember. And at the end of the day, others don't have control over your life unless you give your power away and allow them to. At the end of the day, it comes down to you and what you allow other people to control and what you allow them to think and decide. But if you stand up for yourself and tell them no, then they can't do anything. I mean, what's the worst they can do? Talk bad about you? Like I said, I'll give them something good to talk about. So, it's not going to hurt me. They're the ones going to be looking like a fool. So, and I'm just good at making people look like an ass out of themselves. And next keyword is black. Undercover, quick exit, cheater, runner, dangerous activity, leave. The one word that sticks out to me, leave. If y'all are in any kind of situation where you feel like you're, not getting the most out of, your life, your happiness, your joy, your experience, going forward, moving on to your path where you're wanting to go, where you're meant to go, leave. Just walk out that door. It doesn't matter whether it's, a person, place, or thing. Place it how it fits. But I wouldn't stick around. I would be looking at my exit plan. That's what I would do. Especially if you're talking about someone who's a cheater. Yeah, I'm not for that. Alright, Spirit, what else? Ooh, next keyword is flowers. Love, springtime, romance, couples, happy, vibrant, growth, union, watching things bloom and grow. There you go. Spring brings in romance. I feel like some of y'all been starting up new relationships. Even some of y'all are, reconnecting with old relationships, ones that have already, been going on for some time. Making that love grow and blossom. Working at it. Putting an honest effort into making your relationship as strong as it can be. And seeing it grow and just build. And that's a beautiful thing. It's the time for the birds and the bees to come out. Keep this classy. And the last one is owl. Insight, wisdom, wise choice, usual powers of discernment, deciphering mystery, sees truth behind the wall, good advice, no sense of humor, look at life from all angles, explore unknown and magic in life. And I get insight, wise choice, discernment, wisdom, and explore unknown and magic in life. Explore all the wonders, all the beautiful things in life, all the magic, all the things this life and this world has created, all the, you know, life in all its beautiful forms, along with watching the flowers bloom, even in, your backyard, just taking on, each day, each moment, living it as happy and as prosperous as you can possibly live it. That's a good place to be. That's where I'm going to leave that. I love that, Moonchild. That too. Time to enjoy the blooming, watching life grow, nature. Like right now, I got grass out in my yard that's growing, but it's mostly weeds. So I got these purple weeds growing. You know how they got, it looks like purple flowers growing, but it's really just a weed. That's what I got growing in my yard right now. Yeah, this thing's crooked. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, now I'm going to get into messages of the Cosmic Oracle. Just pull out a few real quick. Alright, Spirit. Can I get a few messages, please? Alright. Spirit. Here we go. Find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. So find ways to lighten up, beautiful people. Look for the little things in life. Not just the big things, but the little things that make us happy. Makes us act like, have our inner child come out. Being playful. Looking at all the small things, even from our childhood to now. If you have kids, it's like that's the greatest way of doing it, especially if they're young. They always bring out the inner child in us, help us to see the beauty and the joy in life. So, again, focus on living in the moment, lighten up. Don't take life so seriously. Even I know that. I could probably use that myself. Sometimes I can. And here it is, very confirming it. Make time to play, have fun, be free. Make time to play, have some fun, enjoy life, make memories, enjoy the people around you, the love you share, the bond, getting together. I mean, even though it's not that kind of weather yet, but soon it will be. We'll be able to go outside and have picnics and barbecues, have those big get-togethers. I used to enjoy those growing up, going over to my friend's house, so that's something to look forward to. And also focus on that. Look at what you have to look forward to down the road. It won't be too long before we'll be able to do that again. So have fun, make time to play, and laugh. One more, Spirit. You could use some self-care time like now. Schedule it in. So, Spirit saying, pamper yourself. It's time to love on yourself. Maybe you've been busy, taking care of everyone else. Now Spirit's saying it's time for you to give yourself some of that time, love, and attention. So if you haven't done that lately, Spirit saying it's time to do that. You deserve that. You deserve to treat yourself. So make a plan, make a date for yourself. Do something fun. Something that makes you feel like a queen or a king for a day. One more, Spirit. And by doing so, Spirit wants you to clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. So, I know some of y'all been, have a habit of getting in y'all's heads and always worrying about the worst, always fearing the worst, getting over anxious, allowing your anxiety to build up. So, if you can go out there and spend time, take a day out for yourself and do this, this will help clear away all of this going on. So, that's called having love and self-love. That helps your mental and emotional well-being besides your physical. So, I'll leave it there. Put this deck up now. Been clearing your chakras. That's good, Moonchild. I would focus on that. I haven't had mine checked lately. But I'm sure one of my friends would probably tell me there's probably one or two of them that's all clogged. But I'll get to it. Hi, beautiful people that came in the room. Oh, freaking cold. Even my hands are cold. Even without picking up that can, my hands are cold. Alright. So, beautiful people. This is a general collective reading. It's not a personal reading. So take what messages resonate and leave the rest. And if something doesn't resonate or fit, don't force it to fit. Leave it behind for someone else. So take only what resonates. Alright, beautiful people. And if nothing resonates for you tonight, well, I don't feel like you found me by accident. Spirit wanted you to find me for a reason, so I believe there's messages here for you. So, starting off with the messages from the Spirit Guide decks that I use, Spirit wants you to be yourself. Be your true, authentic self. Don't be anyone else but yourself. Don't try and act, cool. Don't try and act like, you're somebody you're not. Just be proud of you. Be you. Be all of you. Stay true to that person, too. Okay? Because that's what, you want people around you to, love and like about you, not who they think you are. Peel away the mask and show your true, authentic self. And that's the truth that Spirit wants you to know, is to be able to love yourself just the same as you would expect others outside to love you, to appreciate you, to see you for you. Be yourself. Hold true to that, because that's the only truth that matters. It's like how y'all heard me say just a few minutes ago about, other people can talk and think all they want about me all day long. Their opinions don't matter, especially when I know it's not true about me. They can, think it's true when I know differently it's not. So, and because I know it's not, I don't care. I don't give it any weight. And it doesn't affect me. I don't allow anyone else's opinions, thoughts, they're, running their mouth affect me in a negative way, because 9 times out of 10, these people don't know me. They don't know me that way. They're not that close to me. And even if there are any who are or who have been, still what they say doesn't matter. Not that much to make me, want to be different or, not be myself. So be true to who you are. That's very important because that's where your confidence comes from. The next one is set your intentions and be clear about your intentions. Have that vision. Spirit wants you to have a vision. And here's the vision card right here. Set your intentions. You know, some of y'all are light workers like me. You know, y'all can see beyond the veil. Y'all have foresight. Y'all know what's coming. Y'all feel it in the energy around you. Y'all feel it from other people. You know your intentions. You know, you mean well. And the people around you in that circle, in that, you know, community, in that world, we all know that there's some out there who may not have the best intentions, you know, when, you know, working, you know, doing what we do, you know, with spirituality. But we can see past the nonsense. We can see past the BS, right? You know, all we can do is focus on what we are trying to do and what we're trying to create, which is our intention to, you know, add positivity, be, you know, that voice of good, that voice of reason, to, you know, show guidance and be that strength for others. So be clear about your intentions. Same way you're in, you know, you're in a relationship. Be clear about your intentions. Have an intention in mind. Okay, if you're getting in a relationship and you want to get married, you know, in a year or two, set that intention. But be upfront with that person too, that that's what you're looking at, that that's what you're wanting. You know, don't just, you know, go with the flow and say, oh, you know, 6 months down the road, oh, I like us to get married in 2 years if we make it that far. Like, you know, be upfront. You know, don't wait. You know, I'm not, you know, I understand for some people, they'd be like, well, I don't want to scare them away. No, but do you want to waste your time with someone who isn't going to want to get married or doesn't see it in the same way you do, who isn't on the same page? That's what you got to think about. So be clear about your intentions, your desires, your wants. And be clear with spirit, too. Because spirit's always watching. The last one is express your feelings. And I feel like for many of y'all, this is still becoming a problem for y'all to be able to do, to be confident in being able to do this. But I feel like for some of y'all, this involves love. You know, being able to say what's really on your heart. You know, you dream about being able to express your emotions to someone or express your opinion and thoughts, but for whatever reason, you hesitate, you get stuck. You know, maybe your throat gets dry. You know, maybe you get confused or maybe you lose your train of thought because you get scared, anxious, worried. You know, how are they going to take it? You know, no, we don't ever want to hurt people, you know, by our words. And this is true. I know none of us want to hurt anybody, you know, but, you know, at the same time, you know, like my parents always taught me that they would rather someone be true to, you know, speak the truth to them, tell them the truth, and it didn't matter whether it upset them, hurt them, pissed them off, that at least someone was, you know, had the courage enough to speak their truth. And, you know, they said they would always respect someone for that. You know, even if it hurt them or pissed them off, at least they would always know where that person stood. And that's how they always brought me up to be. So if you're dreaming, you know, hoping that someone will take your expression of your heart, your feelings, your thoughts, hoping they'll take it well, you're not going to ever know if you're just going to sit around and dream about it, right? It's time to put this dream into reality. Express your feelings, your wants, your fears, your desires, your goals, whatever it is that scares you, what it is you see for yourself. You know, you want to have a family, you want to get married, you know, maybe you want to start your own business, maybe you want to go to school, be a doctor, whatever that is. Always be willing to express yourself. That's part of your true identity. And being true to yourself, being authentic. There's no other better way to be than that. Hi, beautiful people. Amen, Moonchild. That's right. I mean what I say. And some people don't know how to take that, you know, because I think sometimes, even when I express my feelings, it could be taken wrong because of my passion, or, they think I'm upset when I'm just merely expressing my passion and my conviction. So that gets all twisted around it. It's like I got to go back and apologize, or, have to explain myself. But I'd rather explain myself and make sure I'm understood than somebody assume something and it be wrong. So, hi, Goddess Love. Hi, beautiful people that came in the room. All right, beautiful people. Now for the tarot. Um, like I said, I feel like some of y'all kind of like have made a decision. The past couple readings I've done, one of the things that keeps coming up is about having to make a decision. And I feel like many of y'all have really sat with that and taken some time out and thought about what that decision is. And I feel like a lot of it revolves around a relationship. I feel like it's either a deep, long-term relationship or it's been a marriage. Because I get the Hierophant, and the Hierophant came out twice, in fact. So this is like y'all's recent past energy. And I feel like, many times when the Hierophant comes out, especially when I do a love reading, it means marriage. It's that traditional belief, that religious belief. And so I feel like for many of y'all, this involves a serious relationship at the minimum, but a marriage. And it's taken a lot of strength out of you to kind of see it for what it is instead of what you want it to be. And be able to make that decision now. Are you willing to fight for it to change things, to make things better? Are you willing to now walk away from it and try something new and go at it solo, go at it alone? For others of you, I feel like this has to involve something to do with the inner workings of a family dynamic, what your family expects of you, what you brought up, what you were raised upon, those, traditional core beliefs, and values. And I feel like from some of y'all don't feel like y'all fit in that box necessarily, that y'all's views, that y'all beliefs are a little different. And it's been a struggle for you to break free from that. I see, I hear breaking out of that prison. So I feel like y'all are trying to break away from that. And I feel like that's probably why Spirit keeps bringing this up about express your feelings. Because I feel like many y'all have. Making yourself clear to your loved ones that, no, you don't necessarily believe the way they do. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're a grown adult. You can make your own decisions. And if it's different from your family, close friends, it is. I mean, not all my beliefs align with what my parents raised me to believe, or what my family, my grandparents. But hey, I'm going to stand strong in me. I'm not going to change to be anyone I'm not. And they wouldn't want me to be either. So just know that. Because the next card is the Knight of Wands. And this is, in y'all's present energy. Y'all have now made that choice. Now it's time to take action. You got to do something now to either walk away or stay in it. But now it's time for you to do something about it, to either make your life better with this person, or group of people, or again, walk it alone. And I see y'all like this innocent child, I feel, you know, trying to be in that innocent role, with the Page of Cups, wearing your heart on your sleeve. And for some of y'all, I'm reading this as in you wanting to make that offer. It's like telling the people you care about, whoever this is, you love them, you want to be there for them, this is what you have to offer them. And it's like they either take it or leave it, you know, and that's how I would handle it too if I were y'all. It's like, this is me, you either love me or you don't, but at least let me know if you can accept this about me or not, because I'm going to walk away if you don't, and be confident in that too. Because around this whole thing is the Hierophant, as at the center of this, with the Nine of Wands. So I feel like this is y'all going through that battle, going through that mental and emotional stress and battle of battling yourself, what you see, what you want, what you believe, and then also taking into account others around you. And I feel like there's been a lot of strain, a lot of tension because of this, because being on opposite sides of the table to where it's like two people aren't able to come together and meet in the middle. Or in a family dynamic, everybody's not willing to sit at the table at the same time and have that discussion to see how better this can work out and how, y'all can better adapt and live with each other or get along with each other. This even feels like even a work scenario to me for someone out there. And I see you standing in your power, being in this King of Wands energy. You want to take this on, even though this is really taking a lot out of you. You don't feel defeated because, you're only in the Nine of Wands. So you're staying focused and determined to take this on and to keep going all the way until it breaks you for some of y'all, which, beautiful people. I admire that. I admire someone who doesn't give up. I admire someone and can respect someone who's willing to give their all until the end, until there's nothing left to give. That's all I could ever ask of anyone close to me. And it's the only thing I can ask of myself. So I see some of y'all are coming into that energy and that power and believing in yourself. Like, okay, yeah, things aren't great, but you're looking at it from a logical standpoint and also from your heart. Is it really that bad though either? Because things can always be worse, right? That's how I feel like a lot of y'all are approaching this now. And that's the healthy way to approach this. So if you're looking at, again, if you're wanting to make that decision to leave, I'm not going to be mad at y'all. You know, there's just some things you can't break through, some things you can't get over, and some things you can't work out. That I understand. And there's some things you shouldn't live and put up with either. But, if it's things haven't been as bad as maybe you thought they have been, or maybe I feel like for some of y'all, there's been like some kind of misunderstanding where you misunderstood something and it was taken out of context and then it just got blown out of proportion, so to speak. Then, I feel like many of y'all taking a step back and kind of reassessed it, reevaluated it, and look at, well, this Nine of Wands isn't really so much Nine of Wands. Maybe it's like a 6 or a 7, but it's not a 9. So there's still room here that you can get through and go through the stresses and the strain, to build this relationship, build your partnership, build, the family dynamic, build, your relationship, even with, your work. Because I feel like for some of y'all, this is a work environment, it's a work situation. So it's at that tipping point though. Do you stay or leave? And I feel like for many of y'all made the decision to give it one last shot, one last chance. So, but Spirit wants to warn you, because I get the World card and the obstacles and challenges, to not get lost in the illusion of feeling secure in this. Because the World card is all about completion, coming to the end of one chapter, completing, accomplishing a task, a goal, and ready to take on the new one. Well, instead of me reading it upward, the energy I'm getting from it is upside down. So don't get lost in that security and that illusion of it, of a false sense of it being, either it's not enough or it's too much, and allowing yourself to get lost in the fiasco is what I just heard. And getting confused, because here I also get the Page of Swords with it. Page of Swords is all about having clarity. But for y'all, I feel like instead of having that clarity, using your sword, clear mind, clear thought, you're getting confused and you're overthinking things. So Spirit's wanting you to stop that, overthinking, stop overanalyzing, take some time out, clear through all that confusion. And maybe once you clear through the confusion, maybe you'll be able to see things better on the other side of this. That will finally say, okay, again, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it one more chance, and see how things work out in the end. But I feel like if you can break through the false sense of security, that illusion, and get out of your way of all that confusion and even doubt, You'll make it through the other side. Because I get the 3 of Cups in y'all's future outcome. And that's all about celebration. So this is still there is still hope here. There's a reason to hope and celebrate. This union, this family dynamic, this work situation. There's a reason to still hope that things can still improve and come out better on the other end. It's just a matter of you being in this Queen of Wands energy, having that focus, being determined, having that passion to see it through, not allowing, anything, any old wounds or hurts to get you down and get the best of you, and to make you bitter or resentful, but knowing that, things from, past experiences, it's an experience. Maybe it leaves a little scar, yeah, but it hasn't destroyed you. So you're not allowing all that to kind of like blur your way of thought or your way of thinking and your way of being and how to proceed forward. So instead, you're, going harder and charging harder forward with your passion, your direction, and taking all those experiences and now bringing them forward with you with that fire, that passion. And that's all any of us can ask for, right? Hey, Jack, how about you get lost? Nobody asked you to be here. Jack, I'm not the type of woman you can tell what to do. So let me start with that first. Because I will put you in your place. It's like I like to say. You come to me correct, you get the dreaming mermaid. You come to me incorrect, you get bit by the shark. And this is a shark bite you don't want. Hi, Catherine. No, I am, honey. I just saw that real quick. So, alright, beautiful people. Here's the oracle cards I pulled for y'all tonight. The first one is from the Guides of the Hidden Realms. And it says, focus on the brilliance. And it says, when a skilled archer prepares to shoot, they focus on their target. Their skills and knowledge come together as they release their arrow, fully expecting that it will hit the exact spot that they have claimed. They feel their success in advance as something already complete, and so it comes to be. Your task now is to choose your target or intention for an experience. Then feel it as if it's yours already. Stay the course, paying no attention to distractions, and refusing to entertain anyone's drama. Wear this truth lightly, knowing there is no need to grasp or chase what is already yours. Let your arrow of destiny fly into the sky, traveling in its own way, even if it appears to move away from the target. Know that the wind will blow it back without your needing to intervene. Trust the mark that the universe has chosen for you now, and release your need to know the exact form. Also keep in mind that the universe has an element of delay. There may be a stretch where you see nothing happening, but don't allow that to sway you. Stay positive, and then focus on your next task with the full expectation that you will hit your mark. You will feel such satisfaction and fulfillment when you do. So, beautiful people, pay time and attention. Focus on what it is, what this, is for you. Sure, things may be heavy right now. Sure, things may feel stressful. They may feel overwhelming when it comes to the things that matter most to us. Our relationships, our family, even our careers. Whatever this is, stay focused. Put more time and energy into it, and always have a positive mindset. You keep going, and you keep doing until you succeed and see, that shining rainbow at the end of the meadow. You walk through the, wet meadow, but you still find the rainbow at the end of it through those dark, cloudy skies. Focus on what positive is there, and more positive will grow. Be in that brilliance. focus, time, and attention. And then I pulled from one of my animal oracles. This is the unicorn. This is infinite possibilities. It says, you are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirit's flight. Abandon the darkness, go beyond the ordinary, and become the legendary. And this is true. You are of infinite possibilities. Nothing's impossible. I don't believe in anything's not possible. Okay? I believe everything is a possibility. Nothing's impossible. So, it's pretty much the sky's the limit. And you have that beauty and that love and that focus and determination to see it through, to see the world in all its possibilities, all its glory. As long as you believe and stay focused and be positive, be in that present. Sometimes it still means we got to kiss the past and leave the past behind us. And then I pulled for y'all a postcard from Spirit. And this says, dearest you, pump up the music, bang the drums, get on up and start that hustle towards your goals and dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. Now's the time to make that first move. Say yes to life. Pick up the phone, make that decision, and take that one step toward the goals, or towards the gods or us. Expect a cascade of changes, good news and opportunities to show up, as if by magic. Well, we know it's really spirit in all of us moving things around for your benefit. The point is that we are saying, go for it. Take positive action toward your dreams. Even if the outcome isn't an exact fit for your agenda, it will all be orchestrated by spirit and arrive in divine, appropriate timing. Don't you just love how it all works? So be in that, trust in that, you know, go after your dreams, go after what it is you want, what you see for yourself. And no, it may not work out exactly ideal or how you dreamed it, but go for it just to find out and see, because you never know. It might work out exactly how you want it, or maybe it doesn't. But then, as this card says, it's meant to work out the way the divine wanted it to, the way it was meant to. And with it, you get to learn a whole lot about yourself and a lot more about life and all the possibilities and all the lessons that come from it. And then the angel activation card I pulled for y'all is Sky Beams. See from a higher perspective. You have been guided to take a higher perspective. Do not allow yourself to be limited by what you do not see or understand. Do not allow your current experience to disrupt you from being the force of light you were born to be. Be open to seeing things differently and with consideration. For by being willing to shift your perspective, you allow angels to bring divine order to your life. And the positive affirmation you can say is, thank you, sky beings, for helping me see this differently. Thank you, sky beings, for helping me see this differently. And that's what I have for you, beautiful people, for the general collective reading. Again, take what resonated and leave the rest behind. All right, beautiful people. If my camera moves, I'm sorry. It won't stay and it's crooked. I try to fix it, but for whatever reason, it doesn't want to work well with me tonight. So, hi, beautiful people. Let me say hi to y'all. Hi, Paul. Hello, Ethan. Hi, Larry. Hi, Kimber Williams. Hi, Live. Seeing Mr. Red. Hi, Baron from Turkey Instable. Welcome. Hi, KL. Hi, Stiff Richard. Thank you, baby. Hey, Artist Mac. How you doing, beautiful? Hi, 860. Rendo. Hi, Manuel. Hi, Goddess Love. Never give up. Well, hi. I like your name. That's my saying. You love the cars, Artist Mac. I'm glad, honey. Hi, beautiful Catherine. Hi, Daniel. Hi, James M. Thank you, baby. Hi, William. Hi, Niaz Malik. Josu Irwin. Hi, Nemo. Enunciate my voice. What is that supposed to mean? Hi, Bobby. Hi, Johnny. I'm gravy. I'm here. I'm always gravy if I'm here. I'm always happy to be here. It's always good to be here with y'all. How y'all feeling? Hopefully y'all feel good. Like I said, it's almost Friday. Hi, Sandy. How you doing, baby? Yeah, Friday, you can't wait. Why, you got some plans for the weekend, Johnny? You can go out and have some fun. I'll be here with y'all. That's my fun. I won't be doing anything except for sleeping and working, and that's it. Oh, that's nice, Johnny. Where you taking your beautiful wife to? It's date night. That's awesome. That's a good guy. Supposed to still date your wife. Especially after you get married, you still need those date nights. Especially once you have kids. That's even that much more important. Let's see. Wow, eternal light. She thinks she's gonna be breaking some people's hearts. Well, at least she's come to that realization. And she's being honest with herself. I know it's not easy to be honest with people. And yeah, especially when people care about you and got deep feelings for you. It's hard. I get it. And I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart. I guess just let them down easy. Some people aren't going to take it well. I'm pretty sure of that, but I'd rather someone be upfront with me now than wait down the road, you know. Hi, 420. How you doing, baby? Yes, Johnny, I do know, honey. How you doing, 420? Man from the West. Hi, Karen. Did I overlook you, beautiful? If I did, I apologize. And Johnny, that sounds wonderful, baby. Yeah, let your wife pick. You know, you can always surprise her, though. You know, if y'all got the means to go do something, like take her back to the place where y'all had y'all's first date, if that's possible. That's something that would be sweet. The sweet reminder. Take her back to where y'all had y'all's first date, or I would even think of like where y'all got engaged. She wouldn't expect that. So if you're thinking of surprising her, I would do something like that. Hi, Bobby Ireland. How you doing, beautiful soul? Aubrey, thank you for asking, but I don't know who you are. And no offense, I just don't let anyone be a moderator on my channel. I'm very particular about that. You came in late, Karen? Okay, honey. Well, I was a little late myself, so. Everything not going, like my camera not wanting to be straight, so a little crooked. No. Well, that stinks, Johnny. Well, you know, you can always make a new place. No, Bobby. That's right, sweetheart. That's what we all gotta do. The world is a little crooked anyways. You're definitely right about that, Sandy. It indeed is. So it kind of goes with the flow is what you're saying. I know my world can be a little crooked sometimes. You never know what's coming. You never know how it's going to work out for sure. You know, I'm a little lopsided maybe. But hey, I'm here. I'm alive, so. Dang, it's cold. I still hear that wind howling out there. Sometimes. I mean, you know, Sandy, I just look at it this way. You know, if I've been drinking and if I had way too much to drink, then that's probably how I'd be leaning. I'd be leaning a little sideways by then. I'd be still walking in my heels, though. I promise you that. I bet go Fortnite. Absolutely. Thank you, Lord Poppy. I like this color. Everybody seems to like this color blue on me. You mean, Karen, you mean like, it's like, is it worth like getting out of bed and waking up to find out if something good will happen today or something bad? I think I've had that thought once or twice in my life. And it's like, I remember be thinking, God, I was sleeping so good. Do I really need to get up? It's like, is it worth getting out of bed today? Is anything good gonna happen or what? So yes, I understand that. I've had that happen. Hi, little bit. You're going through it? Oh no, what's wrong, little bit? What's going on, sweetheart? I'm gravy. You know me, I'm gravy. Funeral arrangements? No. Yeah, for your loved one that just passed away. I'm sorry, honey. Hi, Joe Quinn. I'm gravy. This is true a little bit. It does have to be done, sweetheart. I know it's not easy. And I guess that's probably why some people would, rather they plan their own funeral before their death so their loved ones don't have to sit there and deal with it. Thank you. Hi, beautiful Wrecker Rex. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, thank you a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. That's something I've thought about myself, to be honest. Planning my own funeral so that way my loved ones don't have to deal with it. They can really focus on grieving. And, I would even tell them to go out and have some fun for me. So, I know they wouldn't, they wouldn't be able to do that. They'd be in tears, or at least I would think they'd be in tears, but that's tough, honey. It'll get better, sweetheart. We're here for you, honey. I've already been to so many funerals. It's rough. It's like I just buried one of my loved ones back in January. And over the years, when I was younger, I always felt like I needed to be at the funeral to say my goodbyes, to show my respect. But this time around, I didn't really feel that way. And it wasn't because I didn't, didn't want to say goodbye. It was more or less, I didn't want to see them that way. I don't want to remember them now being, thinking of them laying in that casket because, it was an open casket funeral. I didn't want to see her that way. I didn't want to see her sick. I didn't want to see her on her deathbed. But I'd rather see her that way and still moving around than just laying there, So I really didn't need to see that. In fact, I didn't even walk up to that casket. I saw her. It was in a pretty small room considering. And I got to see her from a distance. I didn't need to walk up to that casket. So I know it's not easy, honey. It'll get better. You're in my thoughts and prayers a little bit. And I'm sending healing light and love to your family, to you and your family. Oh, Rekka Rex, what's going on, beautiful? Why do you feel like you're falling deeper into your depression? And what people are going to make you act out like a fool? They're going to get that last bit out of you is what you're saying. Yeah, Moonchild, that's a lot. I think I've experienced 4 or 5 in a year, but not 7. And 3 were back to back to back, like in a week's period. I lost 3 people in a week. No, Becco Fortnite, I don't do palm reading, sweetheart. Yeah, I know you faceless. You obviously think I'm a witch. Think what you want. You're wrong. Understand me? Your opinion don't matter here. So, there's beautiful Judith. How you doing, sweetheart? Lurking in the background. Blue's one of those colors that people talk about is very friendly. You know, it's inviting. It's, you know, it allows people to let you know that you're not going to take their head off, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I just heard it's like people take it as a friendly color. Thank you, Gina. How you doing, beautiful? Show them the card. I got that card right here, honey. Eating dinner or watch the clown cars unload. I'd sit back and just watch the clown cars unload too, and then play whack-a-troll with them. Thank you, little bit. You're so sweet, honey. I do like this blue. This is my color blue. And it just so happened to be a long sleeve sweater, so like I said, knowing it's cold outside, that wind is blowing like crazy. Oh, thank you, the freak of nature. Ooh, excuse me. Well, thank you a little bit. You know, Rekka Rex, beautiful. You just got to keep your head up, honey. And just believe it's going to get better. And it will get better. You got to know that. You know, you can't allow all those fears, those doubts, and those worries to get the best of you, sweetheart. You got to still find the positive in the little things. It's not so much about the big things. It's the little things that seems to always pull us through. At least that's what I found. Sometimes it's just that little tiny bit of something that you just need at the right moment. And that's, you know, will give you that extra strength and energy to keep, you know, pushing forward. Hell's enemy. I don't know. Do you see a cross around my neck? You tell me. I don't know anybody who's not a Christian who wears a cross. Just saying. Hi, Robert. How you doing, baby? Oh, honey, don't go drinking, little bit. You've been doing good, sweetheart. Oh, honey, the trolls start right out the gate when I start my stream. I've gotten used to it. You wear one? Yeah. I got a cross around my neck. I never take it off. Oh, really? She's there tonight, Eternal Light? Well, let's hope and pray it goes well. You're wonderful, Robert. I'm happy to hear it, honey. Okay. Your new ducks won't let you sleep. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that, beautiful. That's not good. I mean, hey, my kitty cat won't let me sleep. He was sitting there climbing all over me earlier today. I've never known him to be clingy, but today he was. It seemed like every single time I pick up my phone when I was, you know, or on my computer trying to type a message, he'd come crawling on my chest and laying in my lap and bumping my hand. And after so long, I finally got him to lay down and take a nap with me. He was looking for my cheesecake, though. Cats be catting. Seriously. Hi, Linda. How you doing, beautiful? Aw, that's cute, little bit. Yeah, cats be catting for real. And Toby's no different. Excuse me. Hi, McDonald. And that damn cheesecake. I know you love me, Sandy. Hey, I wasn't even thinking about it. You brought it up. And it's like, well, you know, I haven't eaten today, so I guess I'll eat some strawberry cheesecake. I just thought I'd share it with you. Aw, Linda, I'm always happy to see you too, sweetheart. You think you bit off more than you can chew? You got a cat and a pit bull? Yeah, I just got 6 cats. I'm like that crazy cat lady now. Becca Fortnite, I was 15 years old when I bought my first tarot deck. I know you do, Sandy. Hi, Diane. Hey, McDon. I'm absolutely grateful. So, I know I'm blessed. And thank you. You have a good night too, sweetheart. See you next time. Wow. Yeah, I love pit bulls, Karen. They people always fear them, but it's like if they were raised right with love, they're like any other dog. They're just big babies. Exactly. Arnott's Lodge. And that's where, Linda. And Sandy, I got your donation, baby. Thank you. You have 9 cats? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, Linda. Well, I'll keep that in mind, sweetheart. Hello, Bobby. How you doing? You want a droopy face hound dog? I mean, those are good dogs too, Sandy. I wouldn't mind one myself. What do I know about destiny swapping? I don't know what you mean about destiny swapping. Absolutely, little bit. That's what we're here for, sweetheart. We're here to help pick each other up. And it's freezing cold, y'all. Like, it feels like it's 60 degrees in my house. I'm gonna have to go change that thermostat because I ain't gonna be able to do this when I'm freezing and shivering. Even if I put on this sweater. Oh, I'm getting ready to a little bit. Because even my legs are cold. I ain't gonna be able to do this when I'm freezing. So hold on, y'all. Plus, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back, y'all. It's bloody freaking cold in here. It's bloody freaking cold in here. It's 68 degrees in my freaking house. And of course, it was on the AC too. It's like, freak, it's cold. No wonder it's so freaking cold in my bedroom. Freaking cold. I need like some hot chocolate, and I hear the wind blowing right now. So that probably doesn't help either. I wish I had some hot chocolate. Alright, Sandy. Let me look at this, baby. Before I do this. Ooh. Crap. How is Saturday gonna go? Alright, baby. Let's see what Saturday has in store for you. No, I didn't get any storms the other day. I mean, it's been more like spring here up until like the wind today, and then the wind was howling the other day. Hi, Michael. How you doing, baby? Outside of that, it's been like It's felt like spring, like y'all seen me. I've been wearing my spring clothes. I was in my summer dress the other day, and um, hell, I even wore my skirt the other night. It's just this wind. This wind has got me freezing. You got storms down there, Karen? I think the storms just were like north or south of me. I did hear something about storms, but I think it was either like north or south of me. Like it just missed me. Thank goodness. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I got some new clothes too. So I got this sexy like body pantsuit type outfit. And I'm waiting for a dress to come in. But that dress is more like I don't know. It looks like one of those dresses you would wear to like a to a nice restaurant maybe, but maybe not. I won't know until I see it. So uh-oh, what? Oh, really, Karen? Yeah, honey, it didn't rain here, thank goodness. You excited to see the dress, Sandy? Well, you know, let's see. Since I didn't get to go out for my birthday yet, I mean, yeah, I went and got my nails done, but I haven't gone anywhere. If the dress comes in time, maybe I'll put it on. But I got another outfit I was going to wear, too. No, it's not a dress like that, little bit. Here, I'll show, let's see. I think I'll be able to show y'all one of my dresses. I can't fit this dress right now. I need to lose about 10 pounds, maybe 15, but... Can you see this dress right here? Well, you can't see it. You can only see, like, part of it. Let me see. I don't know. Give me a minute. I'll show y'all me in a dress. I actually have a blue dress. That's a cocktail dress. And it's strapless. But it looks nice on me. And it's this color, actually. And I got one that's like a fuchsia color. It's not red, but it's not pink either. Hi, Adrian. How you doing, honey? Yeah, honey, I could do a reading for you. I got somebody in front of you. It's $30 US for me to do a reading, though, honey. Just so you know. Hi, Karen Kurtz. It's good to see you too, honey. Oh, no, surgery. What kind of surgery, honey? I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're recovering well. Hi, DM. How you doing, sweetheart? Y'all want to see my dress? Here, let me see if I can find a picture real quick, since y'all want to see my dress. Before I do Sandy's reading. I'm sure Sandy don't mind waiting a minute. Let's see if I can find a picture. Let's see. Because I know I got one in here somewhere. Whew. I love to dress up, y'all. I just don't have anywhere to go. Or anyone to take me, for that matter. Let's see. Watch it be on my other device, and I'll have to go get it from someone and have them send it to me. Let's see. Dang, I got a lot of pictures on here. I actually think I did show it to y'all because it was me standing. We had professional pictures done. Let's see. Actually, I have to pull it from somewhere else. Yeah, I don't see it here. Yeah, you can't see that picture. You can't see my dress here because I'm sitting. So, let me find it here. I had it open. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Oh dear. It's gonna take me a minute to find this now. Okay, let's see if I can find this. This might take me a minute, y'all. Oh, y'all remember, I don't know if y'all watched the video that I recorded. About the donation I made some years ago, but I did it again a couple other times. So I got a picture of that. I forgot I had that. Let's see. Oh, here. Alright, beautiful people. Y'all want to see me in my blue dress? Like I talk about? That's like this color. This is what it is. Let's see. There's my blue cocktail dress. It looks just like the blue I'm wearing right now. And, I got like a reddish pink one, exactly the same type dress, just more reddish pink. I love that dress. So, there's my dress. But I need somewhere to go, just like my red dresses. I have my other red dresses I love wearing. But those are all hanging up. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. Oh, we having a discussion about paying for my readings. You know, Adrian, I don't even need to go back and read. We'll just, I'll say this to you real quick, okay? I want you to think about something. Okay, my messages, my gift, it was God given to me, right? So, my messages are free, but my time isn't, okay? And what you don't understand is it takes a lot out of me to bring forward those messages from the divine. Because it's not just turning over cards and giving you the guidebook meaning. I'm bringing forward what your spirit guides need you to hear right now. And that takes a lot of focus and time and energy that I don't think many of y'all understand. And it drains me. In fact, if you saw me last night, it probably would have scared you. Because I was here 1 minute, and next minute I wasn't. I was drained. I was fatigued. Just like that. Just like a switch. Because I tapped into someone's energy that drained me. It took the life out of me. So, you know, my time is precious. And it's the same way of looking at, you would never go into a restaurant and order a meal and expect it to be free. You know, you go in there and order food, you're going to have to pay for it. I'm no different. And, you know, just like Eternal Light and my other mod, Judith, and a few others have said, my readings, they're not 5 minutes. You get close to an hour of my time. I go in depth, okay? I don't do surface level. I go much deeper than that. So if you don't like that, then, you know, there's other people you can choose from. But, you know, I'm not going to feel guilty about what I do and the fact that I expect someone to donate, you know, monetary to me for that. That's true too. And I don't have to, you know, Adrian, you know what? I don't have to prove myself to people either. See, I'm confident in me. I'm confident in who I am. And I've done enough readings on here that several people in here right now have received a reading from me. And they could tell you how good I am. Okay? And if I wasn't good, they still wouldn't be here. They wouldn't come back to me. So that speaks for itself. See, I don't have to speak for myself because they will speak for me. And they can. Because they can tell you. Based on their own personal experience with me. So, you know, it's... people don't understand what I do. And, you know, I get it. If you don't do what I do, I understand. It's hard to understand, but, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you know, not all tarot readers are the same, and we're not all the same. We do things differently. And just like all psychics aren't the same. Every psychic is different. You know, it's like that saying I say, every medium is a psychic, but not every psychic is a medium. And I'm not saying she was being disrespectful, Judith. You know, I was just stating, you know, I just caught a few comments. That's all I was saying, honey. You know, you know, I get it's hard for some people to believe in what I do. I get it's hard for people to wrap their minds around. For me to know what I know and be able to do what I do. And you know what? I have the greatest amount of compassion for people who aren't gifted like me. You know, who haven't had the experience I've had, so they can't fully understand and comprehend it. I have compassion for y'all. I really do. You know, but don't go around throwing stones and judging me just because you don't understand, because you haven't had my experiences. It doesn't make me wrong. You know, I'm not saying you're wrong either. I'm just saying you can't understand because you haven't walked a mile in my shoe, as that old saying goes. Until you've had my experiences or something like it, it's hard to understand. And there's many people out there, it takes them having an experience like mine in order to understand and open their mind up to it. So... I know you do, Judith. And I appreciate y'all standing up for me. I do. So, you know, that's why I said it the way I said it. I didn't, you know, I'm calm. I'm being sweet about it. Y'all know me. I can be a shark. So, Adrian, you know what? I'm not here to convince you, though, sweetheart. That's not what I do. It's not up to me to make you believe in me. You either resonate with me and can understand and see it and have an open mind to it, or you don't. And if you choose not to, that's fine too. I'm not mad at you. But, you know, like I said, just be respectful of people like me who do what I do. Because, you know, I don't take my gift lightly. You know, to have the abilities I have, I take it with a great deal of responsibility. And, you know, for someone like me, I didn't believe in my gifts myself when I was younger. I ran away from them. I didn't want anything to do with them for many years. It took my grandmother having to sit me down and have a conversation with me and tell me exactly what was going on with me. And even then, I still didn't want to believe it. It took me having a profound experience a year after that conversation to make me see it the way she had explained it to me and to come into accepting it for what it is. So, you know, so I understand the skepticism in it. I get all that. I was there myself. So, oh, thank you, y'all. I love y'all too. Y'all are good to me. All right, Sandy. Let's see what Spirit want to say to you, baby. About Saturday. Are you going to be looking like the mad scientist Saturday, Sandy? All right, Spirit. Show me, please. Thank you. Oops. Well, man, don't go around throwing the cards now. My crazy hair. I was going to get my hair cut yesterday. And no, y'all, I wasn't going to chop it off. I was just going to trim it down to my waist. But I ran out of time. So that's another thing I need to do is get my hair trimmed. So it's all nice and straight and all healthy at the bottom. All right, Spirit. Sandy. Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm not going to chop it off, y'all. I got to trim it to my waist. Some of y'all don't know, it's pretty much almost to my knees. And I keep sitting on it and laying on it, and it hasn't been trimmed in like 2 years. So I need to trim it to where at least it looks healthy at the bottom. It really needs it. Then it'll go, you know, if it grows back out to the length it is now, at least it'll look more healthy. Because right now, it looks all brittle at the end. It doesn't look healthy, and that's not like me. My hair normally looks very healthy from top to bottom. High elevated game. My accent, baby, I'm in Georgia, in the United States. Whew. Dang, that heat don't feel like it kicked on, but I know it did because I heard it. All right, Spirit. Okay, Sandy. Yeah, you take your time, baby. You know this will take me a minute to pull the cards for you. Good night, Joey. Sweet dreams, baby. Thank you for being here. Catch up with you later. Oh, I know. My hair, I need probably about this much cut off. But understand, it is very much like when I have my hair, if I keep it trimmed, the longest I let it get is like right below my bum. At the bottom of my bum is how long I allow it to get. But now it's almost to my knees. So that's what, I mean, that's a lot to cut off, I know, but my hair will at least be to around my bum waistline. So it needs it. Yes, Moonchild, I do. I could use a heater. Your birthday was last Saturday, Adrian, so you're a Pisces like me. Well, happy birthday to you too, Adrian. I turned 44. Mine was the 10th. Mine was last Monday. You know, Judith, mine is thick, but it's thin. It's weird. My hairdresser had said something about that one day. It looked, I think it was thicker when I was younger, but it's thick and it's also thin. It's weird. It's like I got my mama and my dad's hair mixed in together. So, yes, Miss Judith is a Pisces too. She had a birthday this month. And someone else had a birthday, I think that's in here. If Imelda's in here, she had a birthday. And Bora had a birthday too. But I don't know if they're here. So, all right. Spirit. Well, dang, Spirit. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. That works. Thank you, Spirit. You just pop back in. Well, I'm happy you popped back in, Rekka Rex. I always love seeing you, girlfriend. Whew. Chilly. Chilly, chilly. I'm like, Spirit, come on now. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to drop that. No, don't fall over. Thank you. I need a bigger desk. Put this over here. All right, Spirit. All right, Spirit. It's going to be the focus for Saturday for Stephen. Hey, Adrian, I need some coffee, sweetheart. I don't have a coffee maker. I could use some hot chocolate. That'd be good. Because it's chilly. Chilly over here. If I turn into an icicle, y'all know why. Hello, FYL or FLYL. If you want a reading, it's $30 US. All right, Spirit. Let me focus. Spirit, let's focus this reading for Saturday. Still trying to get adjusted to the nails again. Spirit, what's the focus for Saturday for Sandy? Saturday. Ooh. I'm liking that. I like that. All right, Spirit. Let's see. Where's my other deck? Put this to the side. Hi, Richard. Hi, Bob. Hi, Maria. How y'all beautiful people doing tonight? Oh, Bob, that's awesome to hear, baby. I'm happy to hear that. All right, Spirit, show me for Saturday for Bob. Or not Bob, for Sandy. All right. Let me focus, y'all. Alright, Spirit. Was at the center, the core for Sandy for Saturday. Gonna be juggling. That's what it looks like, Sandy. You're gonna have a lot going on, baby. Oh, what you doing, Amanda? Recent past energy. Sandy Spirit. Recent past. Recent past, Spirit. Present, Spirit. You been fighting with somebody? Sandy, who you fighting with, baby? You got some aggression built up? Not seeing eye to eye with somebody? What's the obstacle, Spirit? Sandy. Hi, Christina. Thank you, beautiful. How you doing? It's been a while. Always, Richard. Fighting with yourself? Okay. Yeah, I see that, baby. Gotta stop having that negative talk, baby. Sandy, I just heard Spirit say, don't create your own tower. You don't want that, baby. Keep talking down about yourself. Believe in yourself, baby. Spirit, clarify. That's right. You're gonna make me pull out a couple of these cards I got, Sandy, before I forget. Because I haven't pulled them out, but only one time. Where'd they go? And watch, I won't be able to find them now because I hit them. Of course, I don't see them unless this is them. Ew. I meant to pull that out for the collective too. Let's see. I have to remember to do it tomorrow night. Spirit, clarify. Oh yeah, I feel your rigidness again come out. Being a little stubborn, Sandy. Spirit, clarify. Seven of Swords, Spirit. Don't run away from yourself, Sandy. Spirit, try and get some advice, please. Saturday. Ouch. Spirit, show me. Spirit. You got the chariot out twice, baby. I need to water the flowers. Oh, hi, Chief. How you doing, baby? Hi, Diana. Thank you, sweetheart. A little bit. Yeah, you know, sweetheart, I probably would, but I think they already did. They already met their, they already died. I just had tossed them out. I wasn't in my office but one day, so, and I didn't get a chance to even turn around and smell them flowers. So, I gotta put them out. I just haven't moved them yet. I mean, but hey, they lasted over a week at least. Most flowers don't even make it to a week. They normally are, like, wilted over, like, after, like, 5 days. So, it must have been some good fresh flowers to last longer than that. Hi, Katie, yes. Hi, everybody else came in. Oh, thank you, Andre. Y'all are so sweet. Hi, America. All right. Can I get a few cards for Sandy, please, Spirit? Thank you. I just got to put the balloons in the corner somewhere. Or put them back out there so Toby has a toy to play with. Because that's why I brought him in here, because of the balloons. Because he likes to sit there and jump at them. He thinks it's his toy. Spirit. Well, okay. Amen. I like that one. Dang, these cards are sticking together. All right, Spirit, come on. Can I, like, have a card that's not sticking? Okay, I'll take that one. Thank you. Oh, I think I found a good another Rebel deck, an alternative. Because some of these cards are funny. Is there a second card of this? Oh, no. No. All right. I like that one. Amen to that, too. I like these cards. Here, I'll pull one card real quick for the collective, because I meant to pull these out, and I keep forgetting to get them out. I think I've only pulled them out one time, and I did it in a personal reading, so. These are bold affirmations. Affirmations for a badass is what it says, so. And these kind of, like, remind me of the Rebel cards, so. Let's see, I'll pull this one. It says, today I'll be the badass I was too lazy to be yesterday. I don't just show up, I show out. I like that card. Oof. That one's funny. There's some funny ones in here. I got a few of them out here on the table, so. Alright, I'll put this up now. Put this where I can see it so I don't forget it. Alright. Where's my other deck? That's right. Hi, Scott. How you doing, baby? Do you believe you can be attracted to someone's energy as much as their exterior? Andre, yes. That's called, you know, loving someone through your heart and soul and not with your eyes. That's how I see that, because that's how I love. I don't necessarily love people, you know. Yeah, I can, you know, physical attraction. Yeah, that's there, true. But I love with my heart and my soul, not with my eyes. Dang. Spirit gave you two, Sandy. They told me to keep both. All right. No, they're back to back too. You're welcome, Andre. Hi, Ant-Man. Thank you. You're very sweet, honey. And Spirit, one card for Sandy, please. Thank you. Always kind of long nails now. Oh, speaking of Amelia, your iris must have been burning, honey. I was just talking about you. Thank you, beautiful. Do I? Jiro? I love blue. And I love purple, too. Yes, Miss Amelda. I was just talking about you're a Pisces. You just had a birthday, too. All right, Spirit, one card for Sandy, please. I don't know why Spirit's showing me this. Are you going like somewhere like off-roading, Sandy? I don't know why, but Spirit's showing me this this road, but it's like not a gravel road, it's a dirt road. It has rocks on it though. I don't know what does that mean, Spirit? Why are you showing me this? Your daily hike? Well, maybe that's what Spirit's showing me then. Maybe it's from the your hike. Is it like a dirt gravel road like? I see some trees. Not a lot though. But it looks like a road that people drive on too. Okay, maybe that's what it is then. That's what Spirit's showing me, so. Good night, Judith. Sweet dreams to you, sweetheart. And this is what you're doing Saturday. Maybe this is why Spirit's showing it to me. Damn, I got a headache all of a sudden. You've been stressing out about this, baby? About this hike? For some reason, my head's suddenly starting to hurt. Like stress, tension, worry. That's it. I'm going to go pull one of my other decks off my bookshelf. One card for Sandy, please. Finding your spirituality. Looks like you're going to get lost out there in nature, but not in a bad way, baby. I don't mean you're going to get lost and not find your way back. Oh, that's right. The 22nd. Right? Your birthday's the 22nd. You know what, baby? But all them women that told you to get lost, they weren't the right one for you, baby. You ever hear that saying that the one, you know, after getting your heart broken by all these different people, you know, you don't understand why you got your heart broken and it was all meant to happen. So for when you finally do meet and find the one kind of thing, that's what I feel, baby. Ouch. So your birthday is Saturday. Mr. Aries. No, Amelia, I didn't mention today's the last day of Pisces season, but yeah, now that I look at the calendar, you're right, girlfriend. You know, Sandy, all them women that broke your heart, baby, and all the ones that told you no, they were meant to tell you no because what Spirit was saying is they weren't good enough for you. Let's see. Oh, I was going to pull that one other deck. Ooh, my back just popped. I know I had a third deck. Where'd it go? There it is. Which one, Spirit? I'll get this one deck. For some reason, Spirit wanted me to pull from this deck. So I'm gonna trust it and listen to Spirit. One card for Sandy, please. Thank you. Oh, this one's beautiful. Alright, Sandy, I don't know if this song has any significance to you. Maybe it does, baby, maybe it doesn't, but for some reason, Spirit's putting it in my head. And because I'm doing this reading for you, I believe it's meant for you, baby. There's a song by Michael Jackson called You Are Not Alone. For some reason, they're putting it in my head, baby. And they're wanting me to remind you of that you're not alone. I'm not doing it. And that's true, baby. You're not alone. Even if you feel like you're alone, you're not. You never have, nor have you ever been alone. And you're not lost. Just know that, Sandy. It may seem like you're going through this alone, but you're not. because Spirit wants you to keep your heart and your eyes open. You're funny, Sandy. No. No, Spirit just wants you to know you're not alone, baby. But that's funny. I love your sarcasm, Sandy. And that helps. Especially when we're going through it. And it seems like the universe is just kicking our butts. So I get it, baby. But I think there's opportunity coming, baby. I mean, I'm being shown that. I'm being shown you were already given an opportunity of something. Who you been working with recently, Sandy? Or is, I mean, outside? Or you been on a romantic thing? You know, maybe it's Megan, maybe it's someone else, but I feel like someone's coming towards you. When it comes to love. Nobody other than Megan. I mean, baby, unless you're missing it. I feel like you've had some confusion here recently, baby. Even a possibility of a missed opportunity. Maybe you didn't realize it, but that's what Spirit's showing me. Lack of foresight, confusion, missed opportunity. Someone came into your energy recently, baby, and it was a missed opportunity, is what Spirit told me just now. Don't kick yourself either, Sandy. Those things are going to happen, baby. Because Spirit needs you to get out of that confusion. This is what they're showing me right here. You got to clear your mind, baby. Reground yourself. Refocus yourself. Spirit. Sandy, please. And eternal, baby, you do whatever you feel you gotta do. I won't be mad at you, baby. Hi, Spirit. Empress Sandy, please, thank you. Yeah. You need to have a talk with the universe, baby. Because the universe wants you to shine, Sandy. And it's like you need to speak what you want into the universe. But you need to believe in it too, baby. And you can't do that until you take some time and clear your mind. Stop getting overwhelmed. Stop overthinking everything. And I know you're very rigid, so I know it's hard to release that control. But you gotta also still work on that too, baby. This is last quarter moon, first quarter. It's always hard when you want something so bad, and I get that too. I do. You know, it makes me think of something Sandy, my daddy, used to say. You know, when I would ask for something and they didn't have it to give to me, my daddy would always be a smart ass and say, like, let's just say that I just wanted a designer pair of jeans, for an example. And my parents didn't have the money to get it for me. So my daddy's answer, instead of just flat out saying no, he would say it to me this way. He would tell me to wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first. And there's my answer. And it always made me laugh. I mean, obviously that was telling me no, but at least he did it with some sarcasm and add some humor into it. So, it's too funny. My daddy was something else. So I have a habit of saying that every now and then. Well, what is it, Spirit? Of course, it's in the back. Oh, that's interesting. Both of these being in Gemini. I think I just passed it now. Yep. Well, hey, Fatima. How you doing, beautiful? I'm not used to seeing you at this hour. How you doing, honey? Okay, I think I got all this. Yep. Bob, you're too funny, baby. That is too funny. Are you trying to get back in, Bob? Is that what you're saying, baby? Can't sleep. Oh no, Fatima. I'm sorry, honey. What's going on with you? You got something on your mind, sweetheart? I know you just had a birthday, and I never got a chance to say happy birthday to you. Because I know your birthday was like right after mine or right before mine. So happy birthday, honey. Alright, Spirit. One card for Sandy, please. Oh, Spirit, I want to give you 2 cards. Okay. Yeah. I believe this is too tall. Ha 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 ha. You're so funny. Bob, you are too funny, baby. I mean, that conversation can go down so many roads, and I'm just not going to even try. Boy. We can have some conversations about that, some serious conversations. It was before mine, the 9th. I always get it confused, Fatima, because I have other friends' birthdays who are right after mine. Mine's the 10th, another's is 11th, and the other one's the 12th. So 9, 10th, 11th, 12th. That's crazy. All right, Sandy. Let's see, baby. Did y'all just hear a cat meow? Because I know I did. I would have sworn I just heard a cat meow. And it was soft, like a kitten. Spirit's trying to scare me. No, I'm not scared. Will you? Holy Spirit? You've been juggling some kind of idea in your head? Oh, Toby's in the other room. Hello, Ambi. Welcome. Spirit led you here? Oh, well, welcome, sweetheart. I'm in the middle of doing a paid reading right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Fatima. I'm sending healing, love, and light. All right, Sandy. You ready for me, baby? That didn't even sound right. The way I said that. Given what y'all were just talking about. It made me think of that song by, what's her name? Selena Gomez. When you're ready, come and get it. When you want it, come and get it. I don't know why. Oh my gosh. See, look at all these different thoughts y'all put in my head. Okay, baby. You're singing it. I love that song. I thought of it earlier today, actually, but it wasn't put in my head. It's like, now it's there. Okay, Sandy. Messages from Scare. If I can talk right. Wait, let me get something to drink. Yep, that too, Ambi. Yep. All right, Sandy. First one from Spirit. Never judge another. And I know this is something we all are guilty of doing, but try and be mindful of this. Try not to be so harsh on others. Try not to judge them. Think of the next time when you judge someone, turn around and take a good look at yourself first. And then look back. You know, you kind of got to put everything in perspective. Because sometimes we can project our own emotions and doubts and fears and worries onto others when we really need to go within and look at it ourselves. So Spirit wants you to work on this and have those boundaries up. And just as much as you need to learn to not judge others so harshly, baby, you also got to do that with your own self. Don't beat yourself up, is what Spirit keeps saying to me. You need to stop judging yourself so harshly and feeling like you're not good enough or you're not worthy or, you'll never make it or you'll never, have love. All those different doubts and things that creep into your mind constantly. Spirit saying stop, knock it off. Like, I'll even pull this one out for you. Here's a badass affirmation. It says, scream, yell, and freak the F out. Then do something that matters. I channel my emotions into purpose. There you go. There's one right there for you. This one's kind of funny, but it gets to the point too, baby. I mean, scream, yell, and freak out. Yeah, I think we can all do that. The next one is, love is your energy. And you need to remember that, baby. You got to love you too, remember? You want to spread love into the world. You still got to turn around and look at yourself and love you in order to spread that love outward. And that might mean just spending some extra time by yourself, evaluating everything. Baby, maybe, spend some time, um, in self-reflection, just looking at different things, looking at the things that you think you're good at, what makes you a good person, and then write a column and look at the cons of yourself that you think aren't good. Be honest with yourself, but then go through, all right, look at the column of what you don't think is good about you, like your flaws. Can you work on those? Can you improve them? If you can't, if you feel you can't, put it to the side, but focus on the positive you have. So, and this might mean you got to unplug, unplug from the negativity to step into the positivity, to bring out that love, that time, that energy towards the world, but also especially yourself. Always have love for yourself. Have room to love you in order for you to grow. Because if you want love to come towards you, well, you got to be in that energy of love to attract love, to be charismatic, to be magnetic for someone to want to come towards you. So be in that positive mindset, baby. And here's another good badass affirmation for you. Dear stress, F you. I choose peace over worry. This is something I say. So remember this too, baby. Tell stress to go F itself. That's what I say. And the last one, baby. Like attracts like. When we're talking about love, romantic love especially, we're going to attract the people who are like us. And so again, in the same token, like this card about love is your energy. Well, if you want to attract love, you still got to be in that energy of love, right? Because like attracts like. We attract the people that are like us. Yeah, we can attract someone of the total opposite of us too. That does happen, but more times than not, you're going to attract people who are like you, who you can relate with, who can be relatable to you. So if you're, only focusing on the downside and negativity and not being loving, then you're going to attract someone who's, possibly depressed, dealing with some other issues, and won't be in that happy, loving energy of wanting to start a relationship and be committed and this and that. So Spirit wants you to treasure this fact that you know about yourself, that you can create the life you want just by being in that energy of being like attracts like. So what you want, what you focus on, what you put your time and attention into, you're going to attract. Treasure that about yourself. That's a deep inner knowing that we all need to remember and remind ourselves of. It's the simple things in life, right? It's not just the big things, it's just little things, the small things, the simple things. There's so much more out there for us to treasure. But especially above anything else, we need to treasure ourselves. See us as that treasure, as that gem, as that prize. for someone else. Doesn't mean you're cocky, arrogant, conceited. It just means you know your worth. And the last badass affirmation is, if love turns lonely, I let it go. I'm the real deal, baby. No filter needed. And this is me all day long. God knows I don't have a filter. See, if I wasn't on here, y'all would hear, you know, some F words come out of my mouth. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't front about that. You know, it's like me dropping the F word here and there. That's me being passionate. That's me. That's putting like exclamation points at the back of my sentences when I express myself. I don't do it often anymore, but back when my earlier years, oh yeah, every other word was the F word. I was bad. I don't think I hardly do it anymore though. If anybody would know, Eternal Light and Diane and Majestic would know, because they talk to me a lot outside of the stream. All right, little bit. Have a good night. Sweet dreams to you, honey. Okay, Fatima. Good night, honey. Sweet dreams to you. See you later. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi, honey. Okay, Sandy. So for the tarot, baby, like I feel like you're in this forward movement, this forward progress. I feel like a lot of this comes down to your own willpower, your own confidence, being willing to see the good in things, being willing to see the future in more of a positive light instead of getting down on yourself, seeing the opportunities as they come and hold on to them, you know, instead of allowing things to slip through your hands. But I feel like you're juggling, going back and forth with things too. Because at the center of your energy, I get the Two of Pentacles, which is all about juggling, prioritizing. But in your recent past energy, baby, I get you in the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like there was an opportunity that came towards you that Spirit saying it was a missed opportunity, though. Like there was someone that came into your energy that you came across recently, that it was an opportunity of some kind that would help you in the long run, or this was like even possibly a romantic possibility for you. But I don't think you were paying much attention to it because I feel like your focus was elsewhere. I feel like you probably were out in your own thoughts, you know, like Spirit showing me you were like half there and half not there. So it's like being engaged but not being engaged. But Spirit was showing me that this would have been a big win for you because I get the Six of Wands. But I'm reading it in reverse right now, baby, because it's telling me that you missed this opportunity. But I feel like this opportunity will come again, baby. So do not feel like it's a lost opportunity. I feel like you will get another chance, another opportunity. I feel like someone else, whoever this is, whether it's the same opportunity or someone new, I feel like there is someone else coming towards you that's going to give you an opportunity of some kind that I feel like is going to raise the bar for you. I feel like it's going to be something that's going to add to your material. Um, but I do feel like a feminine energy of possible love, like romantic love coming in too. So don't kick yourself, baby.